It's the Focus Warrior podcast. It's John, it's Aaron. Brother, what's good, mate?
Not much, man. Same. It's actually, but like, it's been, and probably part of a conversation today. You would have seen the viral affair from the Coldplay,
Uh-oh.
from the Coldplay concert. Dude, dude, yeah. Look,
Hey, jump into it, Aaron. We don't need no fucking intro, dude. Just jump into it, man. What's going on?
that was that. Yeah. Look, I, I don't know how many stories I hear from females of married men jumping into their DMs and just, trying to have a chat.
There's a lot,
There's a
a
fucking
lot of
lot.
that shit going
There's a
on,
lot.
man.
So, look, naturally, I put up a reel, as I do, calling it out, calling out men that you know you're fucking cheating. You fucking know it, and you think it's okay. So you're living a double life, and you're jumping into multiple females' DMs, hoping to get someone to, just give you a little bit of your attention because that's what you're looking for. And it's like, mate, A, you're a fucking scumbag. And cheater, once a cheater, always a cheater. But the interesting thing is that when you actually have a look, you know, there's obviously partners involved. There's a wife, there's kids, there's a family involved. And did you see the statement that this dude put out?
No.
Okay, he put out a statement. I should have pulled it up so I could read it to you. But he put out a statement, and the first part of his statement was, "Hey, I'm ashamed for what's happened. I feel, sorry to my family, sorry to my wife and co-workers, and I should have done better being the leader of our company and CEO."
Sounds pretty damn political to me right
Oh
there,
yeah,
brother.
fuck yeah. But here's the fucking kicker. At the bottom part of it. I did not consent for you to be using my image and for this to go. And like, you fucking pussy. Dude, just own it. Own it. You fucked up. You got caught, man. And now here you are having a little bitch that you got caught. Fucking hell. Dude, I look at it like that and I just go, fuck, okay. That's the state of where some of the men are in this world. And it's like and I used to get it all the time, worked in a gym, and 24 hours, only members can come in the gym. And the way that it sometimes worked is that you scan in, the doors open up, and you walk in. I don't know how many times I caught men, well, let's call them fucking boys in men's bodies, that would wait until someone scanned in before they could walk in. And their excuse was, mate, I don't have my card. And it's like, dude, you just cost that member $100 because it's all AI security now. That if you scan in and two people walk in, you're automatically going to get fined for letting someone in. And as soon as I called them out, guess what happens? They come toe to toe and go, "What the fuck are you going to do about it?" I'm like, dude, you got fucking caught. Get out of the fucking club. You're not supposed to be in here. You obviously, scammed your way in for a reason, and you're telling me that you're a member and you forgot your card? Bullshit. You knew you were coming to the fucking gym and you forgot your card? Get the fuck out of here. So I it probably frustrates me the most is that when you catch someone out, especially a man, and especially here in Australia, and especially the aggression that's going on at the moment, you catch them out, guess what they're going to do? They want to fucking take your head off because they got caught. And it's like, dude, just own your shit. Just fucking own your shit. Don't be a hero. So yeah, funny stuff. But anyway,
I just wish, man, and again, like it's so funny that you laid that up perfectly, Aaron. Accountability, accountability, accountability at the bottom. I do not consent for you to use my photo, dude. You want to go see how
yeah.
many times you're on TikTok? You want
Oh,
to go?
dude,
You want to go
fucking
there?
yeah,
Because there's people that don't give a shit. They
yeah,
don't.
fucking
And there's just the accountability factor, Aaron. But I'm not gonna make it about this guy. I'm not gonna use our podcast about this guy. But what I'll say, man, is this: accountability is so big in personal development, dude, because we've talked about it so much, Aaron. But let's bring this back up, man. The only way that you get, let's just call it the body that you want,
mm,
is you need to be disciplined, number one, but number two, you have to be accountable for what you do. So this is the thing, Aaron. How many times have you had people that you coach Go, Aaron, I'm at the gym every day and I'm doing my thing, but I'm not seeing any results. Okay, how's your food looking? Every other Wednesday I have this meal where I go to get ice cream and I deserve it, right? I deserve it. I think I should be able to do this. And you go, that's it. I'm here to hold you accountable as your coach, but really, I can only go so far because I'm not with you 24/7. You need to hold yourself accountable, dude.
Mm,
You need to be stronger than your excuses if this is what you really want. But if this is what you kind of want, you're going to kind of get results. And you're going to
absolutely.
kind of see some difference, right? So
Yeah.
dude, but again, like you say, bro, the call out part for me, when you call somebody out, it's a mirror. So when somebody gets called out for being, whatever, right? Whatever that circumstance is, you're too this, you're too that, or whatever it is, they already know that. So when you do that, why do you think they get defensive? Who the fuck are you to tell me what? It's because you already know what you're doing.
100%.
Dude at the concert knew what he was doing, but I should have done better. No, 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 no. You knew what you were doing going to that concert. Okay. That's all. I'm not going to give him any more airplay, dude. But I'm just saying, when you're in the gym, you go home and you just throw down on a bunch of junk food, you're going to kind of see results because you're
Yep.
kind of doing the right thing, but you're not really doing the right thing because you're not keeping yourself accountable. And
100%.
that's the part that nobody wants to hear, bro.
No, no. And you know what? This is also goes back to like if I have a look at the habits of, a lot of my clients that I take on, is that they've come to me because they want to be in a different place. They want to be different mentally, they want to be different physically, and they are in a comfort bubble and doing the same thing that has obviously got the result where they're at. Now, the really interesting factor on all of this is that once you lay a plan in place and once you tell them what changes they need to make, two things are going to happen. They're either going to come up with whatever excuse that they can to not do these changes because again they haven't owned or taken responsibility to be open to something different, or they're going to be doing exactly the same shit and they're going to try and hide it. Now, I see that I used to see this all the time with a lot of my guys. And obviously having an app now and having making sure all my guys, track everything. And then we've got check-ins every single week. I can see whether or not they're doing everything I'm asking them to do. Because if I do everything I ask them to do, there's going to be progress. So,
You know what's funny about that, bro? Uh, Prime example, dude. The dentist. Dentist knows whether or not you floss your teeth. Don't start flossing your teeth a week before you got to see the dentist. It's not going to happen. Not going to work. So to Aaron's point, don't start eating 2 days before you're going to meet with Aaron because Aaron already knows whether or not you've been eating clean.
yeah,
He
man.
could tell inflammation. He could tell in your body. He could tell what you look like. I mean, dude, your body tells a story. And I don't think I even realized this, bro. Well, back in the day, I didn't realize it. I realize it now. But back in the day, man, when I used to drink, and I would go see my mom. My mom would notice that my face was fat, and she would see that my face was also red. And dude, I would have drank that weekend and then went and saw her, and she would look at me and she'd be like, "Are you been drinking?" And I'm like, "Oh, mom, I haven't been drinking." She's like, "Your face is really red and it's really swollen. You just got to be careful." Like, dude, she wouldn't like tell me to stop, right? But she would just be concerned, like, "Hey, man, you're just not looking healthy." Bro, you could spot that shit a mile away, man. People
Mhm.
don't even lie. They don't need to lie about it. You just stop lying about it. Just the truth is that it's not about you lying to me. And I used to say this all the time. You're lying to you. And that's the worst thing you can do. Forget your coaches for a minute. I mean, yeah, we're here to help you, but when you look in the mirror, you're just straight lying to yourself. Like, it's okay. It's fine. I'll do this. I'll do this better. Dude, all you're doing is compromising with yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
There's no accountability. You're not even holding yourself to the highest standard. And that's you. Imagine what lie you're telling to the rest of the world.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting. I mean, you've got once I think if your life has been a lie or you're living a constant lie with everything you do, that's all you know. So you're always going to try and go there. And it's really quite interesting when, you know when people are lying. You know when people are fucking lying. And when I've got a client at the moment, very successful businessman. But to get him to, you know, put all the data down on the app so I know that he's doing everything that he wants to do. Do you think that's easy for me or easy for him to actually do it? No, it's actually quite difficult. But he's got a very successful business and he's doing all the things he needs to do to ensure his business is running really smoothly. And it's like, and all I need to do is I just turned around to him and said, dude, the structure you have in your business and the things that you do day to day business wise, I just need you to put yourself into that position. You are your business. Do everything that you know you need to do to ensure you're getting a result. Because at the end of the day, he's not doing any of his check-ins. He's not doing any of his data. He's not putting in any of his workouts. He's not putting in any of his food in. I'm like, mate, you wonder why you're not getting a result. So well, I do a weekly check-in. You have that phone call with him. He goes, yeah, nah, it's just been one of those things. It's been kind of up and down. I've either been sick or it's like, this is my week. I said, dude, you said that at the start. You said that when you started this program, that was a now or never thing. So it's obviously not a now and everything because you're constantly finding a reason why you don't need to do what you need to do. Yet you're convincing yourself that this is what needs to happen, but you're not facing again the pain because there is an element of pain to change, whether it be an increase in food, whether it be moving your body more because your body's going to hurt. The discomfort and the comfort that he's finding in everything that he used to do he wanting to stay there. But the whole convincing me on that he's doing all the things, it's like, mate, you're not doing all the things because you're not showing me that you're doing all the things. You can tell, you can say all the things in the world, what you're doing, but unless you show me, unless you put it on data, and unless you can prove that you're doing all the things, I don't believe you. So this is where, and it goes back to that accountability aspect as well. It's like, man, we fucking hate being told what to do. We
We
hate
do.
the accountability
Everybody
aspect.
does, dude.
Yeah,
Everybody does, Aaron.
but at the
But
same,
it's crazy. It's crazy that you say that, man, because amazingly enough, right? It doesn't matter what title you hold, right? You would think that getting a client with that high a standard, right? Successful business would probably have this just down packed. Like, I'm just
100%.
gonna,
Yep.
Aaron, I'm just gonna crush your program,
Honestly
dude.
thought.
I
Yeah.
I I have my business doing so good that you watch how quickly I just run through your program.
Yep.
I'm gonna make this program my bitch, right? And it's gonna be great. Well, that's the thing, bro. Where one area is successful and doing great,
Hmm.
up here, man,
Hmm.
it's not there. It's not all there yet. It has to be developed. Like you say, you have to completely turn the track in order to go, okay, well, this is where I struggle. I have an amazing business, but I struggle here. All right, your struggle now means you need to relearn some things. You have to unlearn some things and you have to relearn some things. But bro, I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's no different. Just the title part, right? It can happen to anybody, and that's really what it comes down to is it does happen to other people. Not everybody has it figured out like they think they do. Again, Mr. Man over at the concert obviously thought he was
Oh,
untouchable, right?
oh yeah,
But
100%.
you know
Absolutely.
what's crazy about that, bro? My wife actually says that she's in the field, and she says that when you get to that level, it's about control, it's about power. It has nothing to do really with the sexual aspect of it. It's just more about being in control and having that power to be able to do that sort of thing, right? Again, I keep saying I'm not going to give it any airplay. I don't want to, but I'm just simply saying that people hold certain things in their brain where I need to focus on all of this, but it's okay if I'm this way. I've always been big boned. I've always been this. So you have one side of the story says this, and the other side of the story, you're so smart and you're crushing it and you're killing it and you went all the way to the top of your company, but yeah, you don't know right from wrong. I disagree.
It's really interesting that, and I bring it back to one dimensional. We're only focusing on one thing at any one time, but let's have a look at your whole life. Have a look at your whole life. Conversation I had with my boy. Actually, a conversation I had with my boy. I have a conversation like this with my clients every single time. It's like I know why you're here. You've come to me for help because you physically want to change, and that's great. That's great. And if you've got the discipline, and it all comes down to discipline, stop fucking using excuses. You either have a discipline or you don't to do what needs to be done. So if you've got the discipline to do all the things that I've asked you to do on a day by day basis, week by week basis, and you nail that from a food perspective and a movement perspective, there's a change. There's a mindset shift, 100%. Because then you've gone through that, the 21 days or the 20 days, you've gone through those first 21 days of forming that habit. Once you've gone through that, it's routine. And once you've established a new routine, then what I do is I go, okay, well, let's look at all the other aspects of your life. Let's have a look at your relationship. Let's have a look at your spiritual connection, and let's have a look at business. But in some cases, if you're an employee, it's like, all right, well, let's see if you can be an entrepreneur and not an entrepreneur. So let's have a look at it from a business perspective. And that business perspective, I also categorize protecting money and making money. So you might work for someone, and it's like, all right, if you're working for someone, but you're also wanting and hoping that someday you're going to get a pay rise so you can get more money or you're going to get a promotion. What I now am starting to get my clients to do, and it's people that I have conversations with, I want you to have a look outside the square, have a look outside the matrix, have a look outside your 9 to 5. Where can you invest? Where can you put money into an asset that's going to help you grow money? And I look at that as a business aspect. I don't look at just from a business as you as a businessman wanting to improve your business. I look at it and go, all right, where can you make more money? Because at the end of the day, we both know when you've got more money and you're a good person, you want to help more people. When you want to help more people, it makes us feel better about ourselves. And obviously makes your life a lot better for yourself as well. So yeah, once you've down packed that whole body and nutrition, once you've got that sorted and there's a good routine and there's good discipline, right, let's put you in other areas of your life. And it's interesting what a lot of people want to avoid.
Oh yeah, dude. And Aaron, this is the thing, man. We're not a health and wellness podcast, right? We are a mindset. It just so happens that I have you that we share a podcast where we have mindset and muscle on here, which is freaking awesome, and it's one of a kind in my opinion. But one thing that I heard you say, and I'm just coming in as a client, if I was one of your clients, right? Is, dude, there's so many layers to people, right? And so let's just say, for example, they nail down your muscle part, right? They got the gym routine down. Thank you, Aaron, so much for getting me on this. I didn't know what I didn't know, and I'm so happy that I'm proud of myself. I plan to do this forever. And then you go, okay, all right, now it's time for you to look outside the box. Where can you invest? Where can you put money? All of a sudden, a new trigger just happened. I'm not good with money, Aaron. I don't really have, dude. Honestly, when I pay my bills, man, I have $5 left, Aaron. I'm not gonna take that $5 and invest it, man. I need something for myself. All of a sudden, dude, it's a new thing, which is a reason why you can't just be done in 20 days,
Mm, mm,
right? Then
mm,
all of a sudden the
mm,
shift goes to we've mastered step one, which is getting the discipline down of taking care of your body because you only got one, and we want to see you live a very healthy and strong life for however many days you get. Now, level two, let's shift the gear. Okay, you just told me that you have a problem with money. Well, I'm not a money expert either, but what I can tell you is, can we take these same disciplines and apply them to your
100%.
money?
Yep.
How can we do this? Dude, it's such a,
Yep.
and I get all excited about this part, Aaron, because this is why I coach. So I'm like, man, in all these aspects, I'm not an expert at every single field. What I'm an expert in is the mind and coming out of the fire, somebody who almost didn't make it, to here now going, you
Mm,
know what? Yes, there's a lot of different things that I'm still learning, but I have the discipline and the mindset to go, you know what? If I want to be better at X, I need to go learn X. I need to go learn about Y. I need to go learn more about these things in order to get better. Otherwise, I'm going to stay stuck.
mm.
But that's my own discipline, Aaron. That's my own accountability. It's not somebody going, well, John, if you want to be a financial expert, I don't. I just want to be good
Yep.
with what I have so that I could leave my family with
Correct.
something.
Yep.
There's experts out there. There's just bet. This is the thing, Aaron. There's people better than me, and I want that. I need to be in those rooms with those people that could tell me, John, Here's where you're at. Here's what you need to do. Here's what I can help you with. Boom. Game changing, bro. I don't need to learn and be a jack of all trades, right? I just need to know where to find that stuff. And that's what I would offer to this crowd as well.
Yeah, and once you've changed that mindset from a training perspective, you've showed up at the gym every single day, you've eaten the food that you need to eat. Your mindset's shifted. And it's like, and when your mindset shifted, you'll be really surprised that when you look at all the other areas of your life, you you actually go after it more. There's no longer the resistance you had before you started your gym, journey.
And
And
the voice gets louder. The
yeah,
voice
and
gets
that's
louder in
what
your head.
I love about it. Like I love that when I ask someone to step into another area of your life, like for example, it's like you've got your body right. How are you feeling within yourself? You're feeling more confident. You're feeling good about yourself. You're looking at yourself in the mirror. You're walking straighter. You're walking into a room with a lot more presence and a lot more confidence. Great. Are you applying all of those emotions? Are you applying that into your relationship?
Mm,
And then they look at
mm.
it and they go, I said, okay, well, is your wife finding you more desirable? And are you just taking that on board and going, yeah, I'm fucking king shit? And so, or are you looking at it and going, okay, how can I improve this relationship? Now let's actually bring back that spark when you first got together. Go on date nights. What are you doing? What are you, because I look at it and go, what are you bringing to the conversation or what are you bringing to the relationship? It's not a one-sided thing. What are you bringing? And are you filling the emotional cup?
That's
So
so good, Aaron.
yeah, so
Oh,
when
that's
you
good,
look at it
man.
from that training and then you put it into the relationship aspect, especially married men, they're like, holy fuck. Because they wanted to change because they knew something wasn't right. They were in a loveless marriage. And it's like you just became mates and housemates. And it's like, no, let's bring back that love. Let's bring back that, the sexual side of it. Let's bring back you both wanting to literally fuck every day.
But Aaron, that's just, but Aaron, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's all part of it, right? You've got to have it up here
Yep.
to even think that way, right? And what I mean by that is you just have these things where, again, in my case, I'm not going to sit here and share everything, but what I'll tell you is this, man. I just know that my focus is how I can make it easier for my wife to go about her day. If I see she's struggling a bit, what can help her out right now? Does she need a coffee? Does she need something? I mean, what can I do to make it easier for her?
But you know
And
what?
dude, men, if men could just right there, right there, and just take yourself out of it. Not why do I always have to do this, but man, how can I make this easier for her? Because dude, I'm
You,
telling you right now, man, you know this because you have a lot of women followers. Women are looking for that.
yeah,
They
man.
want that in their men. Hence the reason why they follow you, bro. They're seeing the example. You know what I'm saying?
But that you will only be able to do that if you're sure of yourself.
Right,
That's only
right.
when you're full of insecurities, when you're so unsure of yourself, you look at yourself in the mirror and you look like shit, and you constantly tell yourself that.
You can't do that. You
Yeah,
can't live in that
no,
space.
you won't. 100%.
No,
No.
no, because then you know what happens, Aaron, is that you know that you could fuck up. You
Yeah.
you you truly believe in your heart that I can't do that. There's no way I'll mess up the order. I'll do this. You're insecure.
Mm, mm.
For me, somebody who's very secure, I can go, yes, no problem. I got this. Oh, you need this deadline? This deadline? And I'm talking, dude, this is where I'm going on all aspects. Marriage is one side of it. My day job is one other side of it. John, we need this by this date. No problem. I got you. That'll be done, and it'll
You
probably be
know,
done a day early. Right? And you just do it without even thinking, bro, because you know damn well that you've got ass to kick. Does that make sense?
it makes a whole lot of sense. I don't know here how I don't I, the amount of times I hear daily from females that they just want a man to tell me that it's okay. Just want a man to go, just be ready at 7 o'clock. We're going on a date. I just have a man to that if an issue's coming up, I've got you. I'll fix this. Don't,
It's so
it's,
wanted,
yeah,
Aaron.
it
And the
is.
thing is,
Yeah.
bro, is that I'm telling you, I think that you just talked about the sexual aspect of it. That's what opens that up. is when you're so sure about yourself, guess what happens? She no longer has to think and become the man
Mm,
and have the masculine energy. And I see so much of this shit online, man, where all these women are
yeah,
like, I'm the male and the female, and I'm this and I'm that. And I'm like, that's you're not supposed to be.
yeah,
Like, I get it, you're a gangster, sweet, badass, that's great. But you know what? We got roles here. We've got to do this
yeah.
shit together. We can't just be like, oh, you're more manly than me. That doesn't fly. That's not gonna work. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna step into that role, but it doesn't mean you stand on the mountain and go, I'm the man and you're the woman. No,
Mm,
you need to take a shit ton of action within yourself first, call out all your bullshit, know that you have flaws, know that you're not perfect, know that you have a partner in crime and you got to get this done together. It's the only way that shit opens up, Aaron. Otherwise, you're battling it out every fucking day because she's got to take care of your ass, and that doesn't work.
no, 100%. And you know what? I also will take it another step further that until you look at your life and until you start looking at the facts and until you start facing the truth, none of it's going to fucking matter. None of it's going to matter. So let's go back to my little cliche. Stop fucking lying, and you know you're fucking lying. So I want to ask you a question. And look, I know how it makes me feel. Look at where you were 2 to 3 years ago, the type of man that you were 3 years ago, and mate, you're not that man anymore. The man that you were to the man that you are now. How does it make you feel knowing the man that you are today compared to what you used to be?
Oh, dude, I just, the only regret I have, Aaron, is not discovering this earlier.
Mm,
Is not knowing
yeah,
about this, fucking 10 years ago, man. I've been married a long time. But the thing about it is, Aaron, is that I think it happened when it happened, but I'll tell you this, bro. And I never, say that I'm more special than anybody else or anything like that, but add grief on top of that.
yeah,
Okay, you still come out stronger as a unit in your marriage after losing your son. That's powerful, dude. And that's why, honestly, Aaron, I say that out loud, not to toot my horn, but for somebody listening on here going, man, you know what? Me and my wife are going through the same thing right now. I need to talk to John. I need to talk to Aaron
yeah, yeah,
because these guys, Aaron, dude, Aaron, you've been with me, bro, since it happened. And you know my journey. I've recorded 100 plus episodes talking about my journey on here, right? And this is the thing, Aaron. I'm not bragging, dude. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to share and just know that, you know what? I almost did not make it because I was so down in the dumps, but I pulled myself out. And as a result, my wife and I are doing better than ever. Yeah, do we hurt every day? Do we grieve every day? Hell yeah, we do. But we do it, keyword, together. We find things together now to be stronger there for each other when one is down and the other one's not. And something about it, Aaron. I literally just told my wife when she drove away today, I said, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. We got this. Don't worry about work. Don't worry about this. Her and I were having a conversation. I just said, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Something about that, Aaron,
yeah,
gets a
yeah.
woman just fired up because
Oh,
hell yes, I'm not doing it on my own. My man loves me and he's got my back. Something about that, man.
100%. And that's exactly what I was going to add in. It's like, how do you think it makes her feel knowing that don't worry, I got this. Like, it's just so fucking good. It gives you the confidence of going, I have someone that I'm co-creating a life with, and there's not that fucking, you're not beating heads all the time, and you're not,
Right.
and the interesting thing is like you're both, suffered the same loss, but you're experiencing it differently, and you'll always experience it differently. But the great thing is of how you guys have come together, and I've seen it, like, bro, yeah, we've been close mates for a good few years now.
Yeah.
So I've seen, the relationship that you and Mandy now have, your wife. So shouldn't have actually said her name, Mandy. Hi. The one, the relationship you have now compared to what you did, like when you both, experienced what you experienced. So it's so beautiful. But the great thing is that you've both come through this together. You
Yeah.
both, and, deep down, you both knew that, hey, I'm not quitting. We're not quitting this. It's like, it's going to be tough. Let's work our way through it. But the great thing is that you both sat there and you both went, you know what? Let's have this open conversation. And you were fucking honest. You're honest with yourself. You're honest with each other. And that's such a beautiful thing.
It's game changing, bro. And I tell you what, I mean, it just makes the unit stronger.
Mm,
And when you can say things to each other and it makes sense, damn, you're feeling this way too? Holy shit, I actually have somebody in the house that knows what I'm feeling. But yet you almost felt like you were on another island two
Yeah.
years ago, a year ago, whatever it was, right? So anyway, bro, I won't keep going over and over with that. But what I'll say, man, is that just there's just so many different levels to the game, right? And you've got to be in for it. And this is what I'll leave us with, Aaron. Let me wrap this up, man. My mom continues, and she used to tell me this when I was young, when I was first married, all these things, man. She used to always say, "This is really easy. All you got to do is do the right thing." Here's the thing, Aaron. At the end of the day, bro, we all know what that is.
Yeah, we
You
do.
can never say, I
Yeah.
didn't know. You knew whatever the choice that you're making, you knew you were playing with fire. Why
Hmm.
did you do it? You know what you know, right? And the second you can stare at yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? I need to do right by me. That's it, Aaron. Forget everybody's like trying to please the world, man. Can you just do right by yourself?
Yeah.
Can you do it when nobody's here in the house? Can you actually do the right thing? Or are you going to, the second you get some free time, you're going to start dwindling over to the bar, or you're going to go to some other places, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I've been waiting for this freedom. No, stay your ass home where you belong. Do the right thing. Get your ass up every day, even though nobody's watching. Still get it done. That's what they mean by that, Aaron. And I don't think I'm telling you, man, I don't think I understood that for a long time. And
Mm.
now that I do, I'm like, this is actually not hard. It's just me against me. And I know that's a cliche, but it's so true, man. When I look at it now, there's been so many times that my brain starts to get loud and like, oh man, those chips looks good, man. Let's go get some chips. Let's go get all this food. Let's get junk fooded up. Let's do this. And then I'm like, I don't want that because I don't want the consequence of losing all of what I've been building so far. I've been doing fine. You're doing fine, John. Give it 5 minutes. You'll be fine. You'll be over your craving. You'll be good. Right. And so I have to talk myself down, Aaron, because again, that ego, man, that ego's always
Yep.
there. It's always fucking with you. You just got to be stronger than that, stronger than your feelings
Every day. Every day we've got to have that discipline. Every day we've got to have that conversation and remind ourselves why we're doing what we're doing.
every day.
Every day. Every day. You know, it's a silent war that we're silent battle that we're having in our own mind. But the one thing that I stand by every single day, doesn't matter what the conversation is, am I telling the truth? Am I telling the truth?
Oh,
What's the truth? What are the facts? You know, what are the facts? So, bro, love it. Awesome convo. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in as per normal. If you love this shit, share it. Tag your mates. You know you've got someone in your circle that needs to hear this shit and needs to reach out to John and I. And now here's your call. Here's your wake up call. I'm now letting you guys know that you're worried that you're not sharing anything because you're afraid of what that person's going to say. Get the fuck over it. Let's go. We're here to help each other in any way that we possibly can. So share the show. So thank
there it
you.
is. Thank you guys. Till next week.
Love you.